Thank you, Ruma, and really exciting event. I didn't want to talk. I wanted to just keep listening to this. But let me just share a bit of my thoughts around the entire space of learning. So, very interestingly, I was hearing a few days back that never before has the pace of change been as fast as it is these days. And never in future would the pace of change be as slow as it is today. Mhm. So, and imagine if the rate of change outside of us is faster than the rate of change inside of us, then what will happen? Right? So, idea is how do we keep up with the pace of change outside? And of course, one thing that really helps is technology. But technology in itself, it's nothing. Technology is, basically it's all about the ones who drive the change as people. And if we believe and if we have faith in people that they are basically good, they are basically competent, and if you give them the tools, then really magic happens. And, as I thought and connected all the dots, it really came down to one of the guiding principles that we have in Canon. We call it in Japanese, it's called Sanji spirit. So Sanji spirit basically means self-awareness, self-management, and self-motivation. It's the three selves. So when we established HRD Academy in Canon in 2014, we really weaved this Sanji spirit as a core part of our learning strategy. And we said people first, technology second. So, the HRD Academy in Canon has a little unusual structure as compared to most of the corporates. So we actually brought in product trainers from which traditionally resides in the marketing departments to this central team. So along with behavioral, functional, culture builders, we all got it together. So it's a large pool of trainers and facilitators who work and coaches who work very closely with business. And this is a team who was, used to traveling the length and the breadth of the country to tier 2, tier 3 villages, towns. I had not heard of the names of these, places when I saw the travel clients, for example, reaching out to me. And one shift that we started doing at that time is started investing in technology-enabled learning. And we saw a lot of advantages, for this. And, we started with something as simple as LMS, mobile learning, but we still felt that people believed in classroom learning. For product, it was all about demonstration, the hands-on. For softer skills, it was about conversations, that happens in the room about a concept that's just been taught to them. So, but we still continued. But what happened and what helped us was that when the lockdown happened last year, the very next day, we were conducting virtual trainings, and and we were doing in a way that was really, really engaging. So, we as our organizations have not just believed in activities, but impact of those activities. We are not doing learning for learning's sake. We are doing learning for a purpose, the purpose which meets individual goals and the purpose which meets the strategic goals, both. So what we did was that the learners first had to learn. So we got our entire team together and we trained them on virtual facilitations. We learned about, I'll share my screen here. We learned about 30 plus tools, which kind of made, can you see the screen? Is it visible? Yeah. So we kind of share these 30 plus free tools that would make the experience of the learners not replacing the classroom, but almost like a classroom. We also learned aspects like, how to the ideal duration, group size, how to change the content for virtual delivery, make it bite size. And we didn't learn the hard way. We really went to the classrooms and learned ourselves first. The content that we created had to be contextualized to the virtual environment. So we created lots and lots of very powerful and very, very simple tools that were built in-house and at no cost. Some of them were small cost, of course, but we really created these job aids for people to follow that Sanji spirit, as I had mentioned in the beginning. So this helped us in speed, cost, standardization, personalization, short, efficient, And of course, when people want to implement implement something, they don't have to rely on their memory. They can use the job aids. And let me just maybe share the glimpses of some of these tools. For example, one of the tools which we very commonly use is like a 3D demonstrator. You can really see how a product works. So it's a standard immersive learning and demonstration tools that our salespeople said was awesome, especially in the virtual working environment. So we created lots of such tools. We went back to our sales, we back to basic, like design thinking principles. Go back to your customers and find out what's your pain point, what's your gain point, and how can we help you. And once we understand what they are feeling, solutions come from them. And that's what we did. We also created lots and lots of in-house bite-sized content videos. Now people may say, oh, we are Canon, there are camera companies, so we could create. But honestly, anybody can create videos. All you need, we used our internal employees as anchors. We took out our cameras and some awesome content, and people had a lot of fun creating those content, which was engaging. We had, like I said, very, very simple tools. We had configurators. We had questions asked to come to a specific model, what to propose to a customer with no mistakes, no reliance on memory, comparison between products, calculators for the total cost of ownership, cheat sheets. All these are very, very useful job aids that we kind of created for which helped the salespeople, the service people who are out there on the field. So we did that, and all this was put up on 3 platforms. We created a portal called Learning at Workplace. A lot of things was on self-learning, like I said earlier. So many webinars happen, like the one that is happening currently. There's so much for every functional programs. We curated them for roles. We curated them for levels. We put it up there and send it to the relevant groups of people. There are so many external MOOCs. We said it's a sea of information there. We don't want you to spend time finding out what's relevant for me. We will curate it for you. So we did a lot of curation from our end. We created all of these tools, and we said, learn yourself also. It doesn't have to be facilitator-led. It can be led by you. We put up lots and lots of tests. Some 10,000 people in our organized, our company, our partner staff, our regional staff went through some 200 different kind of assessments. So you go online, you check your knowledge, you check your skills, get instant results and a developmental input. So the self-assessment was so powerful. It was like at your fingertips, something that the new generation would really kind of resonate with. And then, of course, we had coaches and we had mentors and we had trainers, and there are calendars, we still have them, to help people if they prefer that route. We had a mobile app and we had e-learnings that kind of also supported that entire piece. And this entire thing are just platforms. What really enriches it at the end of the day is the content. So, content is like an intellectual property. And, one of the things about content is that I believe that a lot of people suffer from, let me use this term called curse of knowledge, which is that the knowledge should reside with me and I'm the expert and I like people coming to me and they want to be in the spotlight. And we said, no, it needs to be democratized. And Mani spoke about social learning, and we said it has to be out there with people. People need to know what exactly, are my team members going through, how can I help improve the content? So we, created content which we documented meticulously from good morning to goodbyes, all written down. We said, go through it. You want to change it, help us change it, improve it. So all that really helped in improving what we did and how we did. And that's one part. That's really about, how do we leverage technology? But the second most significant thing that I really want to talk about is beyond technology, which is people. And one of the significant strategy for us was to build something like an internal coaching culture where people grow people and not HR being the custodian of people development. So we have like 60 plus internal coaches who are coaching some 200 plus internal cross-functional coaches. It's great for engaging people. It takes care of their need and it's cost effective. way of developing people. So people ask us often does internal coaching work? Yes, it does, as much as external coaching does. People ask us, does virtual coaching work? I said, yes, as much as face-to-face coaching does. So that's been our experience, with coaching. And it's so important, I felt in today's time, that people have this, to have these internal coaches, because in general, people have this tendency to suffer internally and not ask for help. The research says that only 5% people ask for help. And so what we are, and rest really kind of try to figure it out themselves. So what we are hence trying to achieve is, get these support systems to help people really help themselves. So our belief is, give them the resources, create an environment, and let people take their own ownership and own accountability to learn. And that's been our belief of Sanji Spirit, and that's what we continue to build. Incidentally, I was really happy to hear Musarat sir, and he said, Canon also, we have an option of buy or build talent. We like to build talent. So we don't buy talent, we build talent. And that's something that we hold closely to our hand, to ourselves. And that's what I wanted to share with all of you, and hope it added some value to the learning process today. So I'll hand it over to Runa back, and thank you for the opportunity for sharing.